channel. So one of the things that's super unavoidable is the wear and tear on our steering wheels. This is the most used item on our car because without a steering wheel, we cannot really drive our cars. And our hands aren't always clean. So, as we touch our steering wheels, we provide friction and transfer dirt and, grease onto the steering wheel, which gets baked on, and over time it just wears out the steering wheel. One thing you can do is put protectants on it, and it would do its job and protect the steering wheel as long as it can, but the wear and tear is unavoidable. It's going to happen to all steering wheels. Now, here is an old steering wheel of mine. This one is a brand new Momo that's currently on the car. If you guys have been following, I installed this probably a couple years ago. This here came with my car. It's a vintage Momo Speed 3 steering wheel. It's seen better days, I guess. It's very old. It's vintage, obviously, and it's collectible now. Now, this steering wheel has some wearing, color fading, and all that around the steering wheel. Some of the finish is a little bit chippy, so, it's seen better days. It can look better. Now, this is what will happen over time, and it's unavoidable, like I said. However, you can purchase these leather steering wheel repair kits. Like, they range from $50 to $100 online, depending on the company and the quality of the kit. I purchased the kit from Leather Magic. It's right in the mid-range kind of quality, I guess. They have a lot of good testimonials, so I read that, and it seems to work, I guess. They also do color matching and all that. So this is not sponsored by them by any ways. This I purchased with my own money to restore my Momo Speed 3 so that I could keep this because I really like the steering wheel, and it's collectible. And if anything, I can always sell it in the future if I don't want it anymore, but I can always make it look a little nicer. Now, this Leather Magic steering wheel kit comes with all the stuff that you need to restore it. However, if your steering wheel has a lot of chipping and cracks and all that stuff in there, you might need some like filler steering wheel putty or whatever it is, which you can also purchase on the website. This doesn't have any significant damages like that, so this kit by itself will work for me. This cost me about $60 Canadian shipped to my house, so it'll probably be around $40-something for you guys in the US. It is a US company. I couldn't find one in Canada, so I, purchased one from the US. So in today's video, we're going to be using this kit to try and restore my Momo Speed 3, and I'll give you guys my honest opinion on this kit. I've never used one of these things before, so I'll be following the pamphlet here on the instructions how to do it, but it seems pretty straightforward. All you're really doing is stripping the finish off the steering wheel and then applying the dye and then sealing the dye. That's all you're going to be doing. So let's get to work. Alright guys, so this is what the steering wheel looks like before we do the restoration. So you can see it still looks pretty good, but there's some fading here. You can see a little bit of cracking right here. This is just the finish chipped off, so I guess the layer of paint or whatever that was originally on here, which we'll have to strip and sand down. But overall, this is what it looks like before. Like I said, it's not horrible, but it's not perfect as well, and it could look better. And hopefully this kit that we get can work for this. We can also re-dye this centerpiece as well because this is also leather. It's covered in leather. I do have the remaining pieces that, the horn and all that kind of stuff, but, we don't need to finish that. This is like only the leather needs to be redone. So as you can see, this is the chip again. So we will need masking tape and I guess microfiber towels or paper towels and stuff because that's what we're going to be using for this kit. So now let's just get started. All right, so before we even get started, I'm going to take apart the steering wheel because this cover does come off. So you want to get some clean gloves to start this process. You don't want to contaminate any further. I'm also going to use some paper towel and I guess some isopropyl alcohol to spray inside here. So clean up the metal part. You'll see when I open this up. There you go. See, that comes off like that. It is leather wrapped. So I'm going to use some isopropyl alcohol and I'm going to clean up this inside and then I'm going to mask it off because what you really want to dye is just the leather parts, not the metal part. So another thing that might really speed up the process of this is a heat gun or a blow dryer. That way, this would dry a lot faster once we clean it and all that. So let's do the back side too. Now we get some masking tape, and we're gonna mask the whole inside here. We just don't want to get the dye on the surface of the metal. All right, so now everything is masked off. We want to start with step 1 of the leather kit, and that's using the leather cleaner. You want to clean all the oils and stuff off the leather. So we're going to start doing that first. We're going to use a paper towel and just basically wipe. All right, now that it's all clean, we will dry it using a heat gun. All right, so we're ready for the next step. It's using leather prep. This will strip basically all the silicone and waxes and all that stuff off of the steering wheel. Apparently this will remove everything and also open up the pores to the leather. So we're supposed to pour a whole bunch on a paper towel and then wipe. So that's what we're gonna do. Let's work on this piece first, the center piece. So as you can see, it's already coming off a lot of the black. So this will strip the finish. Oh wow, look at that. All right, look at that. Stripped off a lot of that, like I guess the finish of it. So we gotta wait for it to dry off now. All right, that feels pretty dry. Now it comes with this sandpaper here. You're supposed to use it to scuff up the surface. So I'm gonna start off by scuffing up this surface first, and then we're gonna use that prep again. There you go. You want to sand it down to like a finish like that. So kind of like painting, get rid of all the shiny. So one of the things it said is to kind of avoid the stitching part. Don't sand it too much, otherwise you're gonna like fray the stitching. So I'm just gonna sand around it. All right, so the sanding is all done now. As you can see, it looks really rough, and it took off a lot of the old finish, but it's smoothed out now. Like this area is all nice and smooth. The whole thing is pretty smooth. So now we have to wipe it another time with the prep. So I guess the trick is to kind of have it off the ground, off touching, so that way you could easily wipe and it doesn't smear or stick anything back onto the steering wheel. All right, both of these are propped up now. I'm just waiting for it to dry, and then we should be good to start applying the colorant. All right, here's a clean microfiber. Just give it a quick wipe just to get rid of any like lint or any of that stuff. You don't want that to be compromising your finish. All right, now it's time for color. So I got just standard black. So shake it up, just make sure it's mixed real well. And then we're supposed to apply it in light, even coats across the whole two pieces, I guess. It comes with this nice little sponge, so the instructions do say not to do a full coverage in one coat, so we'll take our time with this. All right, so the first coat is on. As you can see, the coverage is pretty good. It goes on really smooth and uniform. The steering wheel actually looks quite perfect already, but we should do a few coats. The instruction says once it's like kind of dry, then you can apply your second coat. So I'm going to do probably 3 coats just to make sure that the stuff is covered and re-dyed. So yeah, I'm pretty impressed with the kit so far. Just got to wait until it's fully finished and flashed off to make sure it actually looks good. But so far, so good. All right, guys, so check it out. This is all completely refinished now. I'm super happy with it. There is a little bit of I guess a blemish somewhere around here, but that's in the leather, not in this kit. This kit worked flawlessly. Like, look at that, it's super even coverage. And like that area that was missing, like a chip, it's gone now. Like, steering wheel looks brand new. I'm pretty happy with it. I'm gonna have to wait until, I guess, 48 hours before I coat it with some leather conditioner or something like that. But for now, I'm just gonna leave it like this and let it dry. But it came out fantastic. All right, so as per the instructions, we're supposed to apply the leather protectant about 12 to 18 hours after the final coat that's all dry now. So it's been 12 to 18 hours now, well, roughly around 13 hours. So within that window, I'm gonna start applying the leather protectant. So this is the leather protectant that it comes with. Just shake it up, and then we're gonna apply it with like a paper towel and buff it off with a microfiber. So it is normal if some of the black comes off of it. That's just, I guess, the leftover paint or dye. There you go, we'll wait for a little bit and then we'll buff that off. And while we do that, we'll do the steering wheel. Now we'll get a microfiber towel and just buff off any excess of the material. There you go, all buffed off, and it is looking fantastic. It gives it that sheen. And it really looks like brand new right now. So now I'm just gonna leave it. It's supposed to fully cure within 48 hours. So a couple more, I guess 1 more day, and this should be fully cured. And then we will assemble it back together. But essentially we can already assemble it. As you can see, it looks really nice. All right, so 48 hours have passed. I've reassembled the steering wheel, including putting my Momo button on there just to see how this thing looks. It is missing the little screws around here. I need some new ones because the old ones are just like very tired out and looking kind of crummy. So I'd rather put some new ones on there, but everything is fully reassembled. This steering wheel looks almost like brand new. There's a couple little blemishes on the leather, but that's indents in the leather, which, you know, dye can't really fix. But aside from that, this steering wheel looks really good. I'm really impressed with this product. Leather Magic, that's the company that makes this restoration kit. It's not really cheap, but it's also not very expensive. So, you know, for a full-on restoration of a steering wheel, making it look like new, I think it's completely worth it. It cost me, again, about $60 Canadian shipped to my house. Yeah, so it's not too bad. Now I have a practically brand new Momo Speed 3 steering wheel. So this is very cool. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope this helps you guys out. If you haven't already, please comment, like, and subscribe, and share my videos. As always, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.